You didn't see it. Maybe he has already placed the right person on your way, but your mind doubts and your heart hesitates. Look closely. Is this just a coincidence, or is Allah bringing true love into your life? In this video, I will reveal to you 7 clear confirmations Allah may send you through a person. Some signs are obvious, but others only those who know how to observe will be able to recognize them. So, listen carefully. Maybe by discovering these signs, you will finally understand what your heart has been trying to tell you all along. 1. Your heart finds peace in His presence. Sometimes Allah places a person in your life, and without you knowing exactly why, everything seems calmer. It's not a burning passion that blinds you, nor an addiction that suffocates you. It is a deep, calming feeling. Remember those times when your mind was agitated, when your heart beat to the rhythm of uncertainty and doubt. Then one day, this person appeared, and suddenly everything slowed down. The inner chaos faded, not because she had all the answers, but because in her presence you felt something you had never felt before: serenity. Allah says in the Quran, "It is He who created wives for you from among yourselves, so that you may find with them." Surah Ar-Rum 30:21. The love that Allah wants for you is not a test that consumes you, but a refuge that strengthens you. When you are with this person, do you feel this peace? When everything seems to be going wrong, does she help you find calm, not with perfect words, but just with her presence? Look closely. A love blessed by Allah does not cause persistent anguish. It doesn't lock you in a whirlwind of toxic emotions where you alternate between euphoria and distress. It offers you stability that reassures your soul. But be careful. Do not confuse silence with serenity. A peace imposed by the fear of losing someone is not true peace. A tranquility born from self-abandonment, from a renunciation of your values, is not what Allah wants for you. So listen to your heart carefully. Do you feel closer to Allah in His presence? Is this relationship a source of tranquility or a labyrinth of contradictory emotions? If your heart finds peace with this person, maybe Allah has already given you an answer. But are you sure you interpreted this sign correctly? 2. This person helps you become better. There are encounters that turn your life upside down. Look at this person. Since she came into your life, what has changed in you? Have your prayers become more sincere? Are your actions more aligned with your values? Do you feel within yourself a new will, an energy that pushes you to move forward, to purify your heart, to be more patient, more grateful, stronger? If this person inspires you to improve, ask yourself this question: do you really think Allah placed her in your path by chance? Allah sends people into our lives who have a specific role to play. Some are lessons, others are blessings. But there is one thing that few people realize. True love is not a luxury. It's a responsibility. If Allah sent you someone who helps you grow, then it's not just a gift, it's a test. Because the real question is this: are you also a blessing to her? Do you also allow him to rise? Do you give him the strength to be better? Or do you take this gift from Allah without ever asking yourself what you offer in return? Love is not just a feeling, it's a mutual evolution. If this person helps you grow, then you should ask her what you do for her in return. And if you realize that this person pushed you up, that thanks to her you are moving forward on the path of Allah, then ask yourself this last question: did you really realize the value of this person before it was too late? 3. Obstacles disappear by the will of Allah. Not everything in life is supposed to be a battle. There are paths where every step is a struggle, and others where the doors almost open without you understanding how. The love willed by Allah is not a labyrinth with no way out. He does not let you wander in perpetual uncertainty. Look closely. When Allah wants to unite two souls, He orchestrates events in a way that no human could predict. Complications that seemed insurmountable disappear. The misunderstandings that could have destroyed the relationship calm down. The circumstances that should have separated you suddenly become unifying factors. But be careful. That does not mean that there will never be any challenges, because all true love is put to the test. Even the prophets, the most beloved of Allah, went through difficulties in their relationships. But here's the difference. When love is blessed, trials bring us closer. When it is only an attachment of the heart, the trials break. So look at your story. Has every difficulty made you stronger together? Or is it that with every problem, everything seems to be falling apart a little more? Maybe the real question isn't, why is it so hard? But rather, is Allah showing me that this path is not for me? The ego clings. It refuses to give up even when all the signs are clear. But there it was. Accept what Allah facilitates and detach yourself from what He complicates. So ask yourself one last thing. Are you forcing a door that Allah has closed? Or are you ignoring a door that He has already opened for you? 4. Your prayers speak for you. Have you ever had that strange moment when something happens and you realize you had already asked for it in your prayers? Perhaps you have begged Allah to grant you a pure, sincere love, which is not based on illusion, and one day, without warning, this person appeared. Not in a flash of light, not like in romanticized stories where everything seems magical, but in a more subtle way, almost imperceptible. Maybe it's a presence that has slowly imposed itself in your life. Maybe it was a look, a word, a gesture that awakened something in you. What if it was the answer you were waiting for without even knowing it? Allah does not always respond with words. Sometimes He answers through people. But here is the essential question. How do I know if it's really an answer or just a distraction? Observe carefully. A love sent by Allah does not move you away from Him. It does not fill a temporary void. It nourishes your soul. And above all, it is not accompanied by destructive doubts, because a gift from Allah does not come with a hidden price. But here's the trap many people fall into. When Allah sends a blessing, not everyone knows how to recognize it. Some take it for granted, others push it away out of fear. Still others let it slip away, blinded by their own expectations. So ask yourself this question. If this person is really an answer to your prayer, are you welcoming it with gratitude, or are you letting it go without knowing it? 5. It pushes you to cling to Allah in trials. True love is not just a gentle caress and a tender look. No, true love, the one that Allah blesses, is also a test. When the test hits, when life highlights our weaknesses, what does this love do? Does this person push you to doubt, to abandon your faith, to move away from Allah? Or does it make you cling to Him even tighter? Look closely. The love that we think we understand, that of this world, is often fragile. It depends on circumstances. But the love of Allah, the truly blessed one, is not subject to the vagaries of life. A blessed love does not crumble at the first obstacle. It resists. It purifies itself through difficulty, and instead of making you turn away from your faith, it brings you closer to Allah. Think about those times when all seemed lost. You had a choice, give up or hang on. But this person by your side has never stopped inspiring you to keep the faith. She showed you, through her inner strength, that trials are not there to break you, but to strengthen you. Are you ready to recognize that this love is also a form of patience? When things are easy, love flows effortlessly. But when the storm comes, that's when we see the true strength of a love anchored in faith. And it is there, in this ordeal, that you realize that love is not just an emotion, it is a commitment to Allah. a commitment to staying strong and patient through the ups and downs. So if your bond with this person becomes stronger through adversity, maybe Allah is showing you that love is not just a sweet feeling. It is a test of patience, a silent prayer, a path to Him. Are you ready to see this love as a chance to grow in faith? 6. Your soul feels an inexplicable certainty. There is something strange, something inexplicable in the meeting of certain souls. It's as if they recognize each other before they even understood each other. Before I can even explain anything, it's not logic, it's not reasoning, it's a deep feeling. You know those moments when you meet someone and without even understanding why, your soul feels at home. It's like silent evidence, a call from within that only your heart can hear. No words, no gestures, yet everything is clear, everything becomes simple. A love blessed by Allah leaves no room for constant doubts. It's not something that makes you constantly wonder, is this the right person? No, it's a love that imposes itself as a certainty, very gently, completely natural. He doesn't force himself, it reveals itself over time, like a light that gradually illuminates a dark path. But here's the mystery. How can we explain this certainty? This is not an illusion. This is not naivety. It is a presence, a connection that transcends the mind, a bond that seems to have been made long before you met. Have you ever felt this way with anyone? That moment when everything lights up, when everything suddenly seems to make sense. You can try to rationalize, to look for answers in events, in signs, but deep down, you know that this is beyond anything you can understand. Is this strange feeling, this inexplicable certainty that something bigger is at play? A love that doesn't need to be explained, just felt. A love that only grows naturally. So listen carefully. Have you ever had this feeling with anyone? If so, are you ready to accept it as the gift that Allah offers you? A gift that your soul recognizes even before your mind. 7. You get closer to Allah together. The greatest sign that Allah is bringing true love into your life through a person is because this love becomes a path to Him. Don't just look for the warmth of presence, look instead for the direction He gives you. If, through this relationship, you come closer to more faith, more sincerity, more patience, if your hearts beat not only for each other but also for Allah, then this love carries a divine blessing. Because a love that does not bring you closer to Allah is a love that leads you astray. True love is not just a bond between two souls. It is a link that elevates souls towards the infinitely good. And that is the most beautiful sign. A love that pushes you to question yourself, to purify your heart, to make more effort to please Allah, is a love that goes beyond anything you can imagine on earth. But remember, love without Allah is only a passing illusion. It may seem intense, it may seem beautiful, but without Allah, it just burns away. It has no foundation, it has no direction, it remains limited, ephemeral. So ask yourself the real question. Does this love push you to get closer to Allah, or does it turn you away from Him? Is it a love that elevates you, that strengthens you in your faith? Or a love that leads you astray, making you forget the essence of what really matters? This choice, it's up to you to make. But remember, when true love is sent by Allah, it is always a way to bring you closer to Him, a path of light that guides you towards inner peace and sincerity. So what is the direction of your love? The love that Allah sends into our lives is never by chance. Sometimes it's an answered prayer in a form that we don't immediately understand. Sometimes it is a test to see if we are ready to receive this blessing. But now that you know these 7 signs, ask yourself this question. Is this person already in your life? And are you ready to see what Allah is trying to show you? Tell me in the comments which sign struck you the most. Perhaps your testimony can enlighten someone else. And above all, If this video brought you value, leave a like, subscribe, and activate notifications, because the next message could be the one that changes your view of love forever.